Hey guys, guess what time it is? That's right, it's Friday morning, and your favorite fish show is about to begin. Come on guys, get up and help me celebrate this wonderful day. We get to talk about fish, and there's nothing your boss can do about it.
Holy God, get this guy a towel, will you?
What's up, guys? It is your boy Scott from King Queen Cichlids, and today is Fish Heads episode number, what, Kenny?
4.
And Chris? 4. Super excited to do yet another episode, but you guys know I couldn't do it without a little help from my friends, like this guy to the right. Is that right? To the right of me or to the left? Yeah. To the right.
To your right.
To the left.
To your left.
Yeah.
To your left, they're right.
I call this guy the hardest working man in YouTube. Every time I turn YouTube on, I see this guy in a video or on a live stream somewhere. So much so that they may be changing the name of YouTube to KennyTube. It is my good friend Kenny from Endangered Aquatics. What is up, my brother? How are you?
What up, fish people? Hey, Scott, Chris, what's going on?
So happy to have you with the stream, the podcast. I keep saying stream. It's not a stream yet. Kenny, just so you know, you asked everyone to comment below. Only 2 people said go live, so you really got to work on that one.
Oh, so they like the podcast format. Hey, man, if that's what makes them happy, let's roll with it.
Well, no one said podcast versus live. I'm just saying you asked them last podcast to put down there live if you want to see us live, and we only got 2 responses.
Wow.
So you got to really work that. Now, my brother from another mother down below me, I call him the Rocky Balboa of YouTube. Knock him down, he gets right back up. Eye of the Tiger. It is Chris from Multi-Tank Addictions. Welcome, my friend. How are you?
Hello, hello, hello.
So good to see you. So good to have you here, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. Oh, yeah, and I pooped today.
You pooped today?
Yeah.
That's good. While we're speaking about poop, guys, this stream, this podcast, whatever the hell we're calling this thing, is for mature audience only. Put your kids away. We're telling you now because there may be some content that's not appropriate. We don't want you guys to be surprised by that. We're 3 older men, and we're going to talk about lots of different things, and we're not going to hide ourselves from talking about it.
You're older. I would say I'm older.
Yes, I am. I'm 54. I'm proud to be 54. I think I look pretty damn good to be 54. Kenny, how old are you?
I am 52, going to be 53 next month.
See, I'm the kid in the room.
You're the kid in the room.
I'm in my mid-40s.
Hey, that explains some things. Now, just playing.
Yeah. That explains a lot.
So, for whatever reason, guys, no one invites me to a live stream anymore. No one. I don't know what it is. Just never get invites. I did finally get an invite from Kaler Aquatics, so I will be on Kaler Aquatics Sunday, May 9th. So, guys, come check that out. We'll be talking fish heads and lots of other stuff.
Hold on a second.
I'm going to bust you out right now because I've asked you several times to come on my stream.
Both of us have asked you several times.
I'm busting you out right now.
I know, but that's. I mean, we're rekindling what we're.
What he's saying is, if you're not a codfather, you ain't coming on your own stream. I see how it is now.
What I'm saying to you is, we got something really special, guys, and we need to branch out, and broadcast it all over the place. And we can't do it if we're in each other's streams. We got to get on other people's streams and say,
I'm with you, dude.
Fish heads. Now,
I've been blasting the fish heads everywhere I've been, man.
Yeah, and I got to tell you something, Kenny. I saw you on Fishy Biz last night, and as soon as I turned it, I missed it because I'm an old man. I fell asleep because time changed and everything. But when I woke up this morning, first thing I did was I sent you an email or text saying I apologize for missing it. But then I watched the rerun, and when it started playing, it said you were saying something about balls or catching balls or something. I was like, is this like a Richard Simmons? So hold on, I want to show you this clip. so you can answer what Fishy Biz's face while you're talking. So hold on, watch this.
I could catch those balls and reach up and grab them, you know.
Pause.
Oh man! Oh Scott,
But,
did you do me like that, man?
I did you like that because oh my
Really?
god, I'm like oh my god, he's representing the fish heads and he's talking about catching balls. So.
Oh man, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now though. You think you're the only one that pays attention? I know somebody almost decided to say he was gonna toss some salad on his stream there. I caught you, man. I caught you at it. You was not ready to say it, dude.
I didn't know what you were talking about, but you sent me the clip. So let's watch the clip of me actually almost saying toss out.
Nobody. What's tough is to find a plant that you can put with large cichlids that doesn't get eaten like a freaking salad bar. That's what's hard.
So
salad.
Oh man,
This
I
guy
don't
over
know
here
where
is
his
grabbing
mind
for
was
balls.
at.
This one's tossing salads.
I was talking
Sticking my
footballs,
foot
man.
up my own-
Footballs.
in my own mouth. So
I was talking passionately about jaguar cichlids eating plants. I don't know what came out of my mouth, but pretty embarrassing stuff. But we'll call those sound bites. Moving forward, we'll catch each other's sound bites and embarrass each other a little bit. But you're a good sport about that, Kenny.
You are too, man.
I appreciate it. All right, guys. We have lots going on. So we have a big show today, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get it in the hour, so we're going to jump right into it now. So I figured right now would be a good time for us to feel good about each other. You ready for that? I get an amen?
Always ready for that.
So we have been getting some amazing comments from people watching our podcast. And I don't think there's anything wrong with reading some of them and patting ourselves on the back because that's going to give us some energy to keep this thing going. And I think you guys should listen to them. So let's go. Rick Silva. Thank God you're back, Scott. Say it again, Chris.
No, I said it. I said Rick Silva.
Thank you, sir. You give me the courage to get a breeding of jaguar cichlids. I learned a lot from you. I can't wait to see your future videos. Keep it up. P.S. Also love your new show with Kenny and Chris. Take care. So thank you very much, Rick, for that.
Appreciate that. He's one of my members on my channel. Good guy. I like Rick a lot.
Palham's Aquatics. I am loving these collaboration videos, and the top 5 fish choices were excellent. And on a personal note, you guys have inspired me in the fish hobby and have in doing so given me the courage to start my own channel here. You probably know me better by the old YouTube name, Guns Are Fun. I do remember him. So thank you so much, gentlemen.
Good deal, man. I'm glad to see you're going to do the courage and get her going, baby. That's the way it is.
So we are making a difference in a lot of people. Next one, Larry Ruse, dope podcast. I really enjoy this one. You guys need to come back with a top 10 list. I think, Chris, one of you guys was saying, Kenny, you were saying a top 100 list.
Yeah, top
Yeah,
100, brother.
Kane's going crazy over there with the 100 list.
What
you talking about? I got a top 100 in my house. I don't know about you, gents. I can do a top 100 in my house.
I could probably get 50. I don't know about 100, man. But all right, next one. George, Chris, help me out. A Swarovski?
It's Ozark.
There you go.
Ozark.
Y'all are
Ozarzak.
y'all are mad. Giorgio, thank you, brother.
Enjoy these
Ozark.
podcasts. Thanks, guys. Next one, Kevin Hiller. Great podcast, guys. How about a top 5 most aggressive cichlid? C's agree. We agree. We'll probably never agree on the top 5 aggressive cichlids.
No.
But a great topic. Because Chris will have what? Convicts number 1, Chris? Or
No.
Next.
That would be number 3.
Desert Fish. Love the show. Great topics. And it's great to see fellow AARP members talking.
Oh, did he go there with us, Scott?
He went there with us.
Man, he gave us a compliment and a slam at the same time. I'll have you know I threw that away when it came, brother. I'm going to say that right now.
I thought I would throw that one in.
Oh, you laugh, Chris. It's coming, baby. That baby is coming to your house soon.
Not for a few more years.
Aquarium Domain. I look forward to this podcast all week. You guys are killing it.
Oh, brother, much love, man. Appreciate that.
Aquarium
Yeah,
Domain.
love his channel.
Yeah. And last one here. Say that name, someone, so I don't screw it up.
Rainy G.
Great show, Scott. We look forward to watching with our cups of coffee in the morning. Kit starts the fish, keeping adventures for the day.
Nice.
Hey, guys, we love you so much. Thank you for the comments. It does put fuel in our tank and keeps us going. So, again, thank you very much.
Well, I think the little frog is lost. It needs a little bit of, mine is too bright. On my monitor, it looks too overexposed. And
Chris,
Yes, sir.
2 of us in this room put photos in a contest while the other one
There wasn't no chickening out, bro. You guys, now in my defense, I'm going to say it right
One
now.
in the group, I
Both of
think.
these guys showed me these amazing pictures, okay? And in the same sentence, they're saying they're being crucified like the Lord himself when he was walking down. And they're wondering why my cell phone carrying butt didn't put a picture out. I mean, if they butchered him, what were they going to do to my cell phone picture? Come on.
I don't think they could have done anything worse to you than they did to Chris and I.
I mean, I've got
everyone
the
in there.
fish, but I'm like, man, after I hear, because I know how good the 2 of you are at taking photos. I'm like, well, if they're getting disc, I don't have a chance. You know?
Oh, no, it was a free-for-all on everyone.
Bro, they were dissing Mo Devlin's pitch. He was, complaining about Mo Devlin's photos and plastic
Plus,
plants and all
you
sorts
2
of stuff.
of the 3 of us, I would probably say, are probably the most mellow-mannered. I've been known to have a little
Bar fight
that goes off. Yeah. I'd be calling the guy up, yo, where do you
In the
live?
side chat.
Yeah,
Commenting in the side chat.
so maybe it was better that you didn't enter anything.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good with it.
Keeps the peace and keeps our little podcast looking
I think
good.
that's
You know?
I think that's why Danny came in and watched it, and he just stood back.
Maybe we need to start taking up a fund in case Kenny gets thrown in jail. So
No,
we can
you
bail
guys
him
don't
out.
understand. I probably would have got mad for you both. Danny was there being nice and gentle, but she was telling me from the other room, oh, my goodness, they said this. She goes, oh, my goodness, they said that. I said, Danny, my blood pressures are about right there. You're about ready to make me snap. Come on now.
So we're going to get into this video. Chris, are you ready to kind of talk about that? All right. I do want to do something really fun before we go forward. Kenny E, Chris, we have had about 40 plus people come to our premieres every Friday. Yeah. So I want you to pick, Kenny, 2 people that you think are going to be there, and you 2, Chris. And let's see on Friday when this video drops. Today's Tuesday, and you guys can't cheat. You can't go and say, "Hey, I said you're going to be here at 9 o'clock or 12 o'clock." Be there. It make me look good. Don't tell anyone who who's going to be. But pick 2 people you know are going to be there, Kenny, for our premiere Friday. And if they show up, we'll do a present. We'll do a gift for them.
I believe it'll be Monster Fish Gal Lori.
You stole mine. Go ahead. That's good.
And then I think Chevy Fish will be there. They're my always make it to my stream type ladies. I know they're always there.
Chris?
IHSP.
And one more.
Super People Tank Tribe. She'll be there. And John Larson.
Yeah.
That's a good one, John. Yep, John's a Cichlid boy. He'll be there.
So I'm going to cheat. I know Liz will be there, so I'm saying the Cichlid Queen.
Oh, that don't count.
So you're going to give your wife a prize.
Yeah, he's basically going to give her a prize. And we already know what that prize is, dude. So you're just I'm going to leave it alone. We know what you're working. We know what angle, and we already know the prize.
All right. That won't count. I'll go
Liz, love you much, but you're disqualified on this one.
I will go with Raul. And while we're speaking about Raul, was Reptiles and Aquatics, every premiere we have done, that young man has dropped some dollars in our pockets. He has applauded the stream or the podcast. So thank you, Raul, for that. And definitely go check him out. Very loyal and very gifted guy, and we appreciate him. He's got some military background like the 2 of you too as well, I believe. So definitely check his channel out. So I'll go with Raul. And you already took Monster Girl from me. Man. Woo. I will go with Rounded Rob.
That's a good one, dude. He's been there every week.
Bet there.
Yeah. Okay.
He's been there every week.
Safe bet. Yeah.
So hopefully these guys will, while they're watching premiere, raise their hand or say, I'm here. And then we're going to have some gifts for all of those people that actually show up for the premiere. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan,
Sounds
Stan.
good.
So let's get to this ugly thing.
Oh.
So Chris and I were brave enough, we're going to give Kenny hell for a little while, to enter this fish photo contest. I kind of knew what was going to go on because I've gone to the NEC before, and they have this judging taking place live, but I've never, in the time I've seen one quite so critical as this one. So Chris and I, and Kenny, you were there too. We were all kind of chatting back and forth, listening to the critiques, and I got upset. Chris, I believe you were upset.
Oh, I was very upset.
Yeah, guys, I'll put it like this. I was like the guy just sitting back listening. Not once did I hear his real name come out. I'll just put it like that.
Yeah. So the very next morning, and I've told myself, stop doing videos when you're a little emotional. The very next morning, because I wanted to still have that passion, emotion about it, I did a video. I did a video, and I was, part of it was for me, part of it was Chris, because I was like, damn, Chris's first time, and this guy's just ripping it apart. So I did a video. It hit some buttons. Some people at the NEC reached out to me, and I said, hey, I think you guys should know. You watch the video, see for yourself. Moving forward, you might want to change the format so people aren't getting their feelings hurt when they're trying something for the first time. So overall, I think it's been a good thing. It's only got like 500 views. For whatever reason, when I do fish photography, it doesn't get a ton of views, but it's got a ton of comments. So you guys, you ready to tackle this, Chris?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. First one. Ariel, I enjoyed all the pictures. It was a pleasure to watch. There is such a thing as constructive criticism. Unfortunately, I don't think Anthony Tony understands the concept.
Ooh, she named him.
Yeah, and Chris, I agree. I mean,
here's the deal. He only noted what he didn't like about the pictures. Very specifically, it irritated me. It upset me. It was annoying.
He used that word on one of my pictures.
He said a waste of space for one of my pictures.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
those are criticisms, but they're not constructive. What should have happened was, okay, I see what you're trying to go here, and then
so let's
say something or say, hey, this picture could have been improved by a little bit more light, maybe some color gradient or vignette or whatever, maybe some more light from below. That's criticism. That's constructive criticism. Just tearing into somebody that they don't even know who they are.
Constructive criticism, where you're supposed to build them up and tell them what they can improve on, not just bash your head in.
Right. It was just a bash fest.
So be glad I wasn't there, man.
You were there. You just weren't there. But all right. So next, we have probably 10 questions. Raul's Aquatics and Reptiles. We just talked about him. Dude was brutally honest. Yes, he was. Next comment. Yes. Eric, say that for me. Pellegrino. I went to art school, and this critical criticism was not bad compared to the hours and hours of bashing I went through. Haha, but personally, it never bothered me. Made me want to make more and get better. Love this video. Thanks for sharing. Keep creating, and think judges' main focus is in the composition. Now, a little known fact is I went to college at a art school as well for scenic design, and our professors would critique our work as well as they would make the students critique our work. So I know about critiques, and I was ready for that because I went to art school. Other hobbyists who are just putting in their photos to enjoy the hobby and try some new things aren't ready for the critiques that Anthony gave. I think I just think you have to remember that some of these guys are beginners, and especially when you get to like class 2 and it's open. If you want to be hard on class 1 because they're professionals, they've won before, they've made money, go for it. But when you get to class 2, you got to remember These are beginners, so
Yeah,
you
he
should
probably knocked 4 or 5 YouTubers out this weekend. They're done. They ain't never shooting again, bro.
and Chris, you actually said that at first.
I was
but,
like, I'm good. I don't need to do this anymore.
but that's why I called you Rocky Balboa, because you got yourself off the mat and you talked to Mo Devlin, and now your shots. Yeah,
it was more you than it was Mo. I mean, Mo was helpful, but you're the one that talked me into going back and trying some things.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is that the difference between getting critiqued from going to school and getting critiqued for something like this, you paid to get critiqued.
Yes.
I was doing this for fun.
Yep.
So, when there's a difference.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but it just is.
I don't understand why I didn't do it, huh?
Calvin Miley or Mealy, I thought your pictures were spot on. Keep up the awesome work, Chris. I don't know if that was for me or for you, but I think that could go for both of us.
Well, I think it was more for you than me, but yeah.
Texas Fish Room. He is brutal on the comments. A lot of info isn't good by me. He is just letting personal opinion overtake actual flaws or perfection of the images. I've done truck and car shows judging over 20 years. I can't let personal opinion judge quality. I've seen stuff I don't like, but the craftsmanship was way beyond what others have done. So I agree with that. I felt like this guy is a nano fish keeper. And then when he saw other fish that he's not familiar with or doesn't keep, and again, I don't know much about this guy other than that he has done a lot in fish photography. But
I can tell you right now, buddy, Texas Fish Room, if I was a judge at a car show, all the Fords are getting the best ribbon. I'm going to tell you right now, brother.
All right, let's see the next one. TM Aquatics. Don't know who he is, never heard of him, not impressed. However, he did make several points that I agree with before he even started talking. I also disagree with several points he made, especially the solo shot of your Jaguar. That was a great picture for someone in the amateur category. Second, he seemed like he had searched for something he didn't like in that picture. Oh, well, what do I know? I'm just a guy with a camera phone and a YouTube channel. Definitely check out TM Aquatics. He's a good guy, really good guy.
Yeah, that shot of the Jag was gorgeous.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
that was
actually
my favorite.
That's actually in our background, but you can't really see it for all of us there. But
I see the lip.
I got a few more here, guys. Keep going.
Yeah,
let's roll, baby. Let's keep this going.
Attack Yak. Yeah, kind of harsh on the feedback of the open classes. Pretty telling that the intro mentioned the word hopefully. In hindsight, that was an indication of things to come. Congrats on winning second and third. Thank you very much, Attack Yak.
He also had an honorable mention too.
Thanks. I was actually surprised I won anything after that critique. Jesus Christ.
You should have seen the look on his face. He's like, what? Really? Wow.
Yeah. Remy G, great video. Enjoyed all the awesome photos. Amazing. Thank you very much. Now, New York Gold. What's his name? It's Ron or Don?
NY Gold.
Yeah. I feel terrible because I think it's Ron.
Me too, because I spent like half of the aquatic experience hanging out with him and Susie Q, and the other half with you. So,
yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't spent much time with him, so I apologize, NY Gold, if I said the wrong name. I know it's either Ron or Don, but I really do appreciate your comment. The only real solution is not to do any more live critiques. I had a feeling this was going to be a problem. I was part of a photography group for a few years, and most people leave the group in the beginning because they can't handle being critiqued. A photo competition is not a social media platform where people blow sunshine up your butt for every shot you take. That being said, Anthony should have added ways to improve each photo instead of just starting with what he didn't like. If you ever want to talk photography, let me get in touch. So, yeah.
True.
True.
Yeah.
I also like the second thing that he says here. King and Queen Cichlids, I also feel that they should have had multiple judges.
Now, that's what I was thinking is because anything you do always has multiple judges. So that way you've got 3 different people with 3 different flavors where one hates it, one loves it, and one in between, and you get an averaged out score. Bam.
I think that would solve everything, quite honestly.
Well, there should have been 3 classes for each thing too. I think there should have been a professional, intermediate, and beginner.
Yeah.
But that's hindsight.
And then a YouTube cameraman. That should be the next level down from the beginning.
Is that the level you're going to go into? All right, next. We're almost done. Jeremy Hall, since you're into photography, I guess he's talking to me. Why not make a calendar of fish pictures you have taken?
There you
I
go.
would be interested.
I would buy that. I would buy that.
I've actually been told the same thing. Several people at work, I showed the pictures that I edited.
Right.
They're like, you need to make a calendar with that.
Well, you never know. Maybe we'll come up with something.
Maybe we will.
All right, next one. Uh-oh.
I just ran to Rob.
I watched the video Chris did on this situation. He took the corrective criticism to a new level. Everyone should check it out. And I agree. That one put me on tilt for a little bit with Chris. Chris and I talked it through, but I agree. Chris, you put out a video shortly after mine, talking about the experience, and you definitely turned the negative into a positive. So that's good on you.
Well, I have said in the past, when I'm representing you in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to be on my best behavior. So that's exactly what that was.
You felt like you were representing
I wasn't
me?
directed at it.
Yeah.
I wasn't directed at you, Chris, but that was insinuating. That's Scott.
Well, see, here's the thing: is that because I'm not on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, and I have never been to any of those clubs. And there was only 4 people in that entire thing that I knew. You, Mo Devlin, I've heard of. I haven't met him. Well, no, I met him at AE.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it was Zenon.
Yep. Good dude. Love
Callie.
Zenon. Yep.
So I only know.
Was Callie in there? I don't think Callie was in there.
Well, Callie brought me into it. So
yeah.
But you were the main. When I showed up, then everybody's like, "Oh, who's this Chris guy?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, Scott's my friend." So I immediately assumed that they were going to associate me with you. So best behavior, because I don't want any negative reflection on my buddy.
I appreciate that. Kenny, you missed some good times because before the actual critique started, they were all picking at me about some stuff I had done in the past when I was at.
I hated to interrupt Zenon and Scott's conversation, though. I think Zenon must have some special pictures of Scott that maybe he could use against him.
When I was at fish shows, and
I'm sure I'll hear some of them stories in the ACA.
There was a limo drive where we were passing rum chata around, and it was pretty wild. So.
And I'm sure we'll make some stories of our own while I'm down there. Maybe. I don't know.
I can't
Hey, don't worry, Kenny. I recorded it all.
Yeah. All right. So any final thoughts on the photographs? Because that was it. Chris?
I just want to say I did not want to continue. I was done. I really stick a fork in me. And I talked to Scott. Scott told me, you need to, these are a few things that she could do. And I kind of forced him to be my mentor. He's like, I'm new at this. I can't be your mentor. I can barely do it myself. And I'm like, no. Too late.
What's that saying that Mickey from Rocky said? Get up, you son of a bitch, and get back in there.
Yeah.
Get up, or you're never going to amount to nothing.
Right.
Get up.
And then I got a hold of Mo and told him, hey, I was representing Scott again by saying, hey, I'm a friend of Scott's. And he thought that I should talk to you about this. Do you have any suggestions? And between Scott and Mo, I bounced back, and like with anything, I bounced back with a vigor, and I spent an hour editing the Jack Dempsey picture.
Yep. From
a almost black screen to a vibrant blue Jack Dempsey.
Yep.
So
good for you. Good
Scott,
for you.
I'll send you that picture if you want to use it later.
Kenny, are you going to try next year possibly? Can we talk to you?
You'll get a commitment out of me. Next year I'll do it, Scott, because next year I'm going to have 17-inch Ultimate Angels, so you bet I'll be
Okay,
good.
I mean, we should all go through the torture together.
Yeah,
You
better make
heard
sure
it
you
on
put the
here.
whole
Next year
fish in
I'll do it.
that picture too, buddy.
Well, that's
You
awesome.
don't like the fins hanging off the side of the screen. So,
Well, my final thing is, and I've said everything I wanted to say in the video. In the end, when I was talking to Mo was so freaking professional. Like, that stuff was like a water off a duck's back or whatever they say. He took it. He was professional. He didn't take it personal. And, you know, and he told me the same thing. And if Mo can do that and be that professional, and that's the person I look up to.
Scott, you know what? I think I got an idea for next year.
What you got, buddy?
If they got the same judge. I'm gonna put the fish on my buttocks, and I'm gonna say, if you don't like the fisher, here's what's behind it, baby.
Oh my
Did
God!
I say that live? I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I love it. I love it. So, it was a learning experience for me. I was happy I actually placed, and I'm coming back with a vengeance next year. You guys ready for some real questions?
I thought those were real questions.
Well, they are, but now we're going to get into what we always say we are, a real fish show with about real fish. So let's fix some people's problems. You ready? Or see if we can fix them. Let's go. Oh, Chris, you just sent me something now. I can't. There it goes. Wisconsin Aquatics. Scott, please get another green terror. We would love to see how you showcase one, mainly because I just got one. LOL, big fan in Wisconsin. So thank you, Wisconsin. I don't know if I'll get a green terra.
There's one right there, right behind my head.
But
it might be a gold psalm.
That's what I was going to say. If I get one, I'll make sure it's a Stelsbergie.
Oh no, I want a gold psalm just to.
Gold psalms are beautiful. I mean,
there's both of them actually. Oh nope, yep, there's both of them hanging out right there.
Do they have the white fin or the red or yellow?
Straight up, right there, and the one heading that way.
Dude,
right
even
there.
on my computer screen, that's like a that big.
All right, next question. Strange fish. What is your opinion on adding a Asian arowana to a tank with one gold psalm, one Jack Dempsey, one Oscar, until Salvini? Say it for me, Kenny.
Salvini.
Yeah, on a 270-gallon tank. I am in Canada. The others have been together for about 2 years. So he's talking about adding an Asian arowana into this established tank. What do you guys say about that?
I already foresee the Salvini being eaten by the arowana. Without a doubt, it's going to happen.
Exactly.
And I'm not so sure if that thing won't get. I mean, depending on how big the rest of the cichlids are, he might take them out too. But unless it's a monster Oscar, but
yeah.
Well, it all depends on how big this Asian arowana is when he gets it. But that Salvini, the Salvinis are gone. Just consider them dessert.
Yeah, they're
The
mean
Jack
fish, but
Dempsey
they ain't mean
may
when there's a
even-
mouth like that, dude. I mean,
the Jack Dempsey may be gone as well. They only get about 8 to 10 inches at the most. So that's not very much.
I had a friend back east that had one of those things, and I watched him feeding half tilapias this big to him, and they whooped them down like it was nothing. So believe me, both of what Chris is talking about, both of those fish are history, man.
I think that Oscar would be fine, but yeah.
Depends on the size.
Yeah. I mean, the Oscar's going to grow faster than that arowana anyways. So even if it gets to its max size in a 270, you're talking 13 to 15 inches at the most.
Yeah.
So it should be fine.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you
Asian
this.
The Asian arowana is going to be about 2.5 feet long because they don't get as big as the silvers.
Yeah, but they got enormous mouths on them, dude.
I used to keep 2 silver arowanas. You guys know that. And I had probably 10 of the most beautiful silver dollars that you'll ever see, and they were large. And let me tell you, in about a month's time, those silver arowanas took them out. I mean, I personally, I would not put that Asian arowana in that tank. I would either find a new tank for the fish that are in there now and give that Asian arowana the 270-gallon tank, but I personally would not recommend it. So
yeah, the 270 is perfect for the Asian arowana. You can put all those fish that are in that tank right now in a 125 and they'd be happy.
I agree with Chris. I think that's the best bet. You good, Kenny?
Yep.
All right. Next question. Nick Campbell, great information. I don't know about the true Parrot cichlid. Never buy fish at Walmart. Might get someone from Fabrics or Vacuums. They have no idea how to take care of fish. So I guess he was talking about my video I did on the true Parrot. A lot of people think the parrot fish is those orange hybrid fish, but there's really a true parrot out there, and it's looks nothing like those. What they call them, blood parrots.
Red blood parrots.
Yeah. So I know people love them. They're not my favorite, but Kenny, do you keep any, or Chris, you keep any of those?
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
I consider them an abomination.
And Walmart's here. They shut it.
Ugly.
Here in Oregon, they're all gone. There is no more Walmarts with fish.
Yeah, we don't have aquariums at our stores either, or fish in our stores either. But to say that they don't know anything about fish, I work at Walmart.
Yeah, but
are you in the fish department at a Walmart right now?
We don't have one, but if we had one.
I know, but what he's saying is that you're liable to get someone from the vacuums or the clothing bagging your fish up that don't know anything about it. So I don't know. I think it's a great thing that the fish are no longer in Walmart. That's for sure. All right, let's see where we're at here. We already did that one. Paradigm Aquatics. Don't the plastic plants have a metal wire in them? Is that safe?
Depends on what kind you have.
That was your video on decorating with.
Yes.
With
and in that video, I talk about getting plants that are encompassed by plastic all the way around, so that you don't have to worry about that wire.
Yeah.
The only ones I know where they use that wire are the kind of silky ones. They have that wire rolling through them. But
yeah. Most of the plants that you get at Hobby Lobby are pretty water safe. So just make sure there's no wire exposed on the outside of the plants, and make sure there's plastic all around it, and you should be fine. Next question. Sev Shazam. I have 3 tanks of convicts. Favorite cichlid. As far as your comparison and aggression between a convict and firemouth, convicts easily win. Doesn't get much more aggressive per inch of fish than a convict. I think, Chris, you're breathing in the mic a little bit, buddy.
That ain't me.
Oh, okay. I've regularly had convicts hold their own, and most of the time win against fish 3 times their size. Highly recommend. So what do you think? Convicts, one of the most aggressive cichlids?
Yeah.
Kenny? Yeah?
I've kept way too many African cichlids. I think the Africans by far, as far as aggression, the Maboon is on the top of the list, brother.
But he was comparing 2 different Central American cichlids.
I get it, but he also said, do we think it's the most aggressive cichlid out there? No.
Let me read it one more time. I have 3 tanks of convicts, favorite cichlids. As far as your comparison and aggression between a convict and a firemouth, convicts easily win. Doesn't get much more aggressive per inch of fish than convicts. So he is talking about all cichlids. He says doesn't get much more aggressive
in comparison to a firemouth, absolutely. But in comparison to the world of cichlids, no. It will not hold the tongue. They hang with convicts will hang with Africans, but they are not the most pound for pound, most vicious little. I'll take a Mabuna species. If they were equal size, Mabuna is going to tear them up every time.
Well, I've kept convicts with African cichlids, and they were fine. So
I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to tell you, I believe, in my experience, if the firemouths had already been established in that tank, and then you put convicts in, I think the firemouths win. I really feel like if the convicts get in there to an already established breeding colony of firemouths, I think the firemouths win.
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy. Out here, I must be getting sissy strains or something, because every firemouth I've ever kept got his butt kicked.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That must be an Oregon strain, because it's not like that in Washington.
Yeah, the ones I've had have been. I've got some downstairs here. We'll see how they do. I've got some from the club.
I hate those streams where you see like one cichlid fighting against another one, and they put it on YouTube to get all these views. But now I'm like, God, I'd like to see a convict and a firemouse together and see what would happen. But just to prove our theory out.
Both in the 300-gallon with Oscars, with Jack Dempsey, with Cuban cichlid, a Starry Night cichlid. green Texas cichlids, and
Right.
both of them were fine.
We're not
Convicts and
asking if
primos.
they're fine, brother.
Right, we're seeing-
They said
what's-
pound for pound, what's the most aggressive?
Yeah, they might
They
be
didn't ask
fine
if it's going
because
to be fine. But
They might
they're
be
asking
fine
what's
because-
the most
Well,
aggressive.
that's we were talking about, that. So I mean, if I were to pick a more aggressive, there are way more aggressive Central American.
That's what I'm
cichlids.
getting at, man. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you stick this guy in the tank with a bunch of Africans, the Africans are going to get sucked up like noodles,
Well, that's because of size. But
Yeah,
like I said,
inch per
If-
inch.
if they were same size, who do you think would win? I don't think he's winning. A Mbuna, I had one this big one time. I don't know what kind it was. It was massive, big white one. He
African
killed
eye
everything
biter.
in my tank. No, this wasn't an eye bite. I'm talking Mbuna, big
yeah?
Mbuna. Yeah.
Hmm.
He kicked everything in the tanks behind me, but I had to get rid of him, man.
This guy's over here cheerleading for them Africans really hard, isn't he?
Well, it might be my upbringing, but
I've always thought that, and this is just me, but I've always thought that Central and South American cichlids were the most aggressive. But to your point, Kenny, I've seen a lot of aggression. I've seen like Mbuna keep every other fish on the side of the tank when they're breeding. So I'm not going to discount it. I mean, it's possible. So
Oh yeah, I'm not discounting their aggression, but I think that there are more aggressive Central American cichlids.
So next one, Tessa Ruker. I was sold either a red devil or a Midas. Still don't know, as a convict cichlid. So this is, first of all, Tessa, I want to congratulate you. I love it when I see women keeping larger fish. That's why I love Lori from Monster Fish Scout. I love it.
the only thing she might be, I wonder if she knows about albino or the white convicts. Maybe it is a convict because they don't have the stripes, right? They're a solid white. Chris has them. I mean, you know about it, Chris.
I've got one in here that looks like him. That's
Yeah.
2 inches long. So she's even
I
got
was
the
sold
the
either a
yellow on the
red
side.
devil or a Midas. Still don't know, as a convict. Tessa,
But I mean-
if you see this, send us a picture of your fish. We want to look at it.
You'll be able to tell by the head shape right off if it's a convict or Midas.
It's all on the lips, really.
Yeah, yeah. So again, love to see girls loving. That's one of the reasons why I love Liv so much. She loved the big fish, man. She, when she met my chancho, she just put her hands in there, started petting them. I love that stuff. So next, man, can I read this? James Manning. Hey, Chief, love your stuff. New to your channel. Been struggling with one of my fish and gave you a shout out on your older video and didn't hear back. See, this is why I'm glad we're doing this podcast, because I'm horrible at responding to people. So just need some help to get a juvenile red devil, not the Midas, the other one, trying to get her into her 55 with my other cichlids, but every attempt has not been successful, and I really don't know what else to do. She's not the aggressor, but she's big enough to be. What's the best way to go about getting her in my community cichlids? Woo!
First off,
55.
First off, I'm gonna say get her a second cichlid to go in with her at the same time. So at least if there is going to be aggression, you have two of them being whacked. Rearrange the tank.
Turn
And-
off the lights.
Turn off the lights, Jeff.
Turn off the lights. Strike again. I'm sorry.
Then the last thing I would say, not always does attempts work. You may not ever be able to get that fish acclimated to that tank.
And this is why we have multi-tanks, just in case. I got tanks out in their garage. They're called Just Mine, just in case something doesn't work out. Tanks.
Yeah, I guarantee if Scott threw one of those Dovi in with his Jags, there'd be an issue. Probably real quick.
God.
You ain't fixing that aggression.
I have had dreams of having my Jaguar and Dovi together just because I thought it'd be so freaking amazing, but ain't no
Well, that's
chance
'cause
in
it
hell.
would be.
Yeah, but and the question, unfortunately, we don't know what the other fish are in that 55-gallon tank. What I will say is that tank is not going to last very long if it's really a red devil or a Midas. That tank's not going to last for long. He's
Yeah,
going to
that's
have to get a
one
bigger
of the first
tank.
things I was curious about. What else is in that tank?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Oh my God! Someone help me with that name. Carlos. Excuse me, Carlos.
Yeah, Gene Carlos Tavares.
Best new World Cichlid channel on YouTube. Try keeping other types of fish just for something different, or tell us what you think about saltwater tank, community tanks, and of course predator tanks. What would you keep if you had a large pond? If I had a large pond, I was watching Corey on Aquarium Co-op. He was looking at his pond. I think he has koi in there.
Yeah.
I think I would keep koi. Koi get huge. I mean, there's some big damn fish. So if I had a pond, I'd probably keep koi. I like koi.
I love koi as well. However, if I had a big old pond, it'd probably be full of just natural lake fish. I'd like a big old muskie in there, probably a couple nice walleye,
Yeah.
a couple bass, couple big old crappie. That's probably what I would do.
Chris, you basically have a tank that's almost a pond. If you had a pond in the backyard that was bigger than your tank, what would you keep?
Well, in this area, it would have to be a cold weather fish of some sort. So I would think it'd probably be koi. But if I lived in like Florida, we're talking.
If it was Florida, I'd make my own little African cichlid pond.
I would be peacock bass all the way. I would want a Cannon peacock bass pond so I could go swimming with the bass.
That's cool, because I have a friend that you guys haven't met, or maybe you might have met him, Kenny. I don't know. His name's Greg Steves.
Everybody in this room dedicated one tank to an endangered species. We're looking at over 100 different colonies of fish that would be protected.
Very popular African cichlid talker, keeps Victorians. He lives in Texas and has a pond, and has a pool, and has turned his pool into a biotope or type of the Victorian cichlids. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It lasts all year round. He doesn't have any problems with it, and it's absolutely spectacular. When he did a talk and showed it, we were all floored by it.
And if I'm doing another Fish Fam tour, I'm getting that guy's address.
Oh, Greg Steves, you'd love him. He's your kind of guy for sure. All right, next question. We already did that one. We're on the last question. Joe Blow got me one jagged at 125. He/she is about 3/4 inch long. I wish I knew if I had a male or female. I really wanted a male. Is there any way to distinguish which is which at such an early age? Chris, I mean, you had the picture. Actually, this Joe Blow, you can go see episode, was it 1, Chris?
I believe it was.
Go check out episode 1 of our Fish Head podcast, buddy. And Chris actually shows a diagram of the male versus the female. I believe that diagram's good for all cichlids, or at least Central American.
Cichlids,
yeah. So that will give you some information. Kenny, you said before you could tell by kind of the rounded of the
I like to look at the face.
Yeah.
The females on most cichlids have a little bit more rounded to the face, and then the back fins I look at for points going into the fins.
Yep. All right, guys.
Chris's is definitely male. See how he's got the long point at the end there?
Yep. All right, guys, we blew through this. Congratulations. All right, guys, I do want to say this. Everyone that's watching, we've been getting anywhere from 800 to 1,000 views on these podcasts, so we thank you very much. Both of these fine gentlemen in here with me are striving to get to 2,000 subscribers. I would love for that to both happen before our next podcast. If 800 people are watching, I can guarantee you that not everyone is subscribed to Kenny E at Daniken Aquatics or Chris at Multi-Tank Aquatics. Oh my God, Multi-Tank Addiction. Excuse me, Chris. Sorry about that. It's getting late. I'm 3 out. And you know what? Another thing, I'm looking for some East Coast fish heads, because this 3-hour difference is killing me. I'm about to fall asleep here. But anyway, on a serious note, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to these two fine gentlemen, do me a favor, subscribe to them. You will love their content, and become a member if they have memberships too. All right, Kenny E, tell us what is going on in your world moving forward.
Well, tomorrow we are finally getting it going again on the hot seat with Rob 93.
Hell yeah.
On there tomorrow. And then Friday night we will be at
Whoa, you didn't give us a time. Give us a time.
Oh, sorry, man. I'm just whipping through it. So we'll be at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on the hot seat every Wednesday night. Friday nights, Danny and myself will be on at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern We follow LRB Aquatics. It's always a good time. And then, of course, we do
Whoa,
our...
whoa. Pump your brakes. Now, did I see that you're doing some giveaways or you're not? Or what's going on?
I'm sorry. Yeah, this Friday, we will be doing 2 giveaways. Danny and I got a surplus of these gorgeous panda guppies. And then we also have some humpback linea that we're going to throw out a couple giveaways as appreciation to our community.
Right.
It's going to be a good time. And then Sunday, we will be on at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's our normal Sunday stream. And every week, you don't know what you're going to get with us. It's always some shenanigans. We have some good times. And
Absolutely.
Be a good time.
All right. And Chris, talk to us what you got going on. We know that you have the Hostess with the Mostess with Mary Page. So tell us what's going on with you.
Well, Monday through Friday, I have been doing shorts. I'm basically doing a short a day, and they
not a quickie, a short.
Yes, short. I don't think I could survive doing a quickie every day with my wife.
That's too funny.
But a short every day, and I did a stream today. Of course, I was homesick, but I did a stream today, and I'm thinking I'm probably just going to do a stream every day until I get to 2K. Okay, and then my normal stream is on Saturday, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And that's pretty much it.
And your daily stream is called Diary of a Fish Keeper, correct?
Yes, the daily videos come out. The Diary of a Fish Keeper comes out Sunday for members and either Monday or Tuesday for the non-members.
All right. So I actually have a guest that I'm going to be interviewing on Sunday that I'm super excited about. I can't wait to get that out and for you people to enjoy it. It's a guy I've known for a long time that runs a fish store. And he actually has a YouTube video that needs a little help. I get tired of, he's got everything that I thought you would need to have like a really big channel. He works at a fish store. Every Monday he shows the fish that it's been shipped to him. And he's only at this point has like 350 subscribers. So I'm going to help him out. We're going to do a great interview with him, and then we're going to get that out on Sunday. So, and then again, live streaming with Kaler Aquatics on the 9th. And then if anyone would like to have a guest on their live stream, not these two, but at some point, I'd love to be on a live stream. And then the plan is,
you don't say.
the plan is for us to live stream on Kenny and Chris's channels at some point to kind of get the fish heads out to the public and live, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
All right, guys. I really appreciate you so much. Looking forward to fish head number 5. We got some ideas from people who want us to do certain things, so we'll figure out what those questions will be, and we'll tackle them, all right?
Sounds like a plan, man.
My favorite day of the week is the day that we do this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, again, what are your picks for people who are going to be at the premiere, Kenny?
Monster Fish Gal Lori and Chevy Fish.
Chris?
IHSP, Tank Tribe, and John Larson.
All right. And I said
Raul.
Rounded Rob and Raul. Okay. We'll see who wins. Hopefully everybody wins because we want to send out some nice gifts to people who are supporting our channel. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Remember, always stay positive. Even if you're getting critiqued harshly at a photography contest, stay positive, people. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.